Ladies, how many times have you walked into a room and immediately tried to make yourself smaller? How many times have you quieted your voice so others wouldn't feel uncomfortable? How many times have you said, I'm sorry, when you weren't even wrong? We live in a world that has taught women to shrink, to soften their opinions, to dim their brilliance, to fit into molds that were never made for them. We've been told to be polite, agreeable, and nice. But let me tell you something, being nice is not the same as being authentic. Every time you say sorry for who you are, you hand over a piece of your power. You send a silent message to your spirit that says, I don't deserve to take up space, but you do. You deserve to take up all the space that belongs to you in conversations, in dreams, in destiny. Stop apologizing for having a loud laugh, for having a strong opinion, for wanting more. You are not a burden to anyone. You are a blessing that not everyone is ready to handle. The world doesn't benefit from your silence. It benefits from your courage, your intelligence, your voice. When you stop shrinking, you make others expand. You remind them that confidence doesn't need permission. So today, I want you to promise yourself no more shrinking. Speak boldly. Stand tall. Take up every inch of your space with grace, passion, and pride, because a woman who refuses to apologize for being herself becomes unstoppable. Here, you know what breaks my heart? Hearing powerful women say, maybe I'm just too much, too emotional, too ambitious, too outspoken, too independent. But let me ask you, who decided what too much means? Usually, it's someone who's simply not enough to handle your energy, your passion, your truth. Women are taught to tone themselves down, to be palatable, soft, and unthreatening. But when did we decide that being real was a crime? That being bold meant being wrong? I want you to know this. You are not too emotional. You are deep. You are not too ambitious. You are driven. You are not too outspoken. You are honest. And you are not too independent. You are free. The world tries to shrink women who burn brightly because brightness exposes everything that hides in the dark. But your fire is not the problem. Their fear is, when you apologize for being too much, you are really apologizing for your light. But the world doesn't need smaller flames. It needs women who burn unapologetically, women who light the way for others. So the next time someone tells you you're too much, smile and say, I was never made to fit your limits. Because you are not too much, you are exactly enough. And your authenticity will always be your greatest power. Let's get one thing clear: saying sorry all the time will never earn you respect. It only teaches people to expect your silence instead of your strength. We as women have been programmed to believe that being kind means being agreeable. But kindness is not the same as approval. You can be kind and still say no. You can be compassionate and still protect your boundaries. Think about it. How many times have you said sorry before even speaking your truth? Sorry to bother you. Sorry for asking. Sorry, but I have an opinion. Stop it. Stop apologizing for existing. You don't owe anyone an apology for taking up space, for speaking your mind, or for pursuing your dreams. Respect is not earned through silence. It's earned through self-respect. When you walk in authenticity, you'll notice something powerful. The right people will respect you, and the wrong ones will fall away. And that's okay. You are not here to be liked by everyone. You're here to live your truth fully. So instead of saying, I'm sorry, start saying, thank you for understanding. Instead of softening your truth, speak it with clarity. Because authenticity may not always please others, but it will always set you free. Remember, apologies might make you acceptable, but authenticity makes you unforgettable. Teapot, the world doesn't need perfect women, it needs real ones. The ones with scars, with stories, with voices that shake the ground when they speak their truth. When you stop apologizing for being yourself, something shifts, not just in you, but in the world around you. You become an example. You show other women that they too can live freely, boldly, and unapologetically. Every time you stand in your truth, you break a chain, one that held women before you in silence. You become part of a movement that says, we are enough, just as we are. You don't have to apologize for your ladder, for your boundaries, for your ambition, or for your rest. You don't need to explain your choices or justify your worth. You simply need to be. And here's the secret. When a woman becomes unapologetically herself, she doesn't just change her own life, she changes the energy of every room she enters. She becomes the reminder that freedom is not given, it's claimed. So my dear sisters, walk boldly in your truth, speak your mind, love yourself fiercely, and never again say sorry for the very things that make you you. Because the world doesn't need the watered down version of you. It needs your fire, your softness, your strength, and your soul. Be unapologetic. Be you, and watch how the world finally begins to listen.